Hi, my name is Andrew. Thank you for visiting my YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to take a look at the Singapore funds and the key investor contacts and fundraising targets for this very key component of the Asia fundraising ecosystem. So this database provides direct insight into 2022 to 2024 Singapore funds and fund managers actively raising and deploying capital, giving deal makers a clear path to the right investors at the right time. To be clear, this is the who's who of Singapore capital and fundraising. And now just a little bit about me. I'm Andrew, a fundraising consultant and capital sourcing advisor with 15 years of experience in high-value real estate and investment advisory roles across Canada, Dubai, and the Caribbean. Simply put, I help clients navigate fundraising with clarity, strategy, and targeted outreach. Now, over the past 3 years on Fiverr, I've assisted over 300 clients from tech startups to real estate groups with fundraising strategy, pitch deck refinement, investor outreach, and custom investor databases tailored to their sector, stage, and capital needs. And currently, I'm advising a US-based real estate group on a $50 million equity raise, coordinating strategy and outreach to investment banks, family investment offices, and private equity partners. And on the right-hand side, you can see a few of my Fiverr gigs. You get more information on my services by clicking the Fiverr link below. So introducing a rare database of institutional-grade investors sourced from my exclusive database of over 400,000 global capital professionals. For the first time ever, this powerful resource is available to help you access capital like never before. So Singapore Fund Investor Database components. So this database contains 340 fund managers, 4,500 key investment contacts with emails, and it includes funds raised between 2022 and 2024. So some of the key database fields include contact names, titles, investor type, location, geographic preference, websites, emails, sector specialization, investment strategy, and fund descriptions. Here are some of the top fund strategies. 1, venture capital, that could be seed, startup, early stage, growth, late stage. 2, buyout, private equity. 3, real estate, core value add, opportunistic, distressed debt. Number 4, infrastructure, that could be core value add, opportunistic debt. 5, direct lending and private credit, senior debt, mezzanine, or distressed. Special situations, secondaries, direct or fund, fund of funds and co-investment, natural resources and energy, and hybrid or multi-strategy funds. So why this database matters: this is the who's who in Singapore capital and fundraising, a very rare and exclusive database of the most hard to access contacts in the Singapore fundraising ecosystem. This source provides direct access to the professionals and funds that control billions of dollars in capital across private equity and venture capital. So you're looking at 340 leading funds, 4,500 key professionals, billions in capital access. It's an exclusive and hard to access, a one-of-a-kind database built for serious fundraising efforts, and it's perfect for those seeking to raise capital in Singapore and Asia across real estate, startups, and private equity deals. So let's take a look at the database. So first, a key database disclosure. My extensive database library provides hundreds of thousands of global contacts, typically including LinkedIn profiles, emails, and websites, though not all details are complete. Primarily compiled and dated from 2021 to 2025, with most updates in the last couple of years. Now, this corporate resource may include contacts whose roles have changed, and it's designed as an excellent starting point for outreach. It's best leveraged and continually refined by organizations with dedicated data teams. So this database comprises a blend of individuals and companies, each with distinct investment criteria and operating conditions, so there's no guarantee your approach will be favorably received. Note, this database is available to corporate or institutional groups only, no personal sales. Okay, now we're over on the master fund sheet. We'll get to the Singapore one in just a second. I just want to show you how I source all the individual smaller sector and country databases. So you can see under the funds, we have 99,000 funds, and these of course include historical ones, so it could go back as far as 2007, but most of the smaller databases that I create for clients really only include 2022 and up, because that way you can access funds that are already deploying capital as far in order for you to maximize your opportunities. So when we go to the very top, you can see that we've got the fund name, we've got their background, got the vintage year, asset class, strategy, primary focus, status, and so on. If I scroll over to the right, we're going to get more fields as far as the date it was added, the legal structure. You're going to get a little bit of information about some of the targets, some of the sectors. These particular databases are fantastic for real estate, private equity, venture capital. But you can see if I go all the way over the right, then we're going to get into more details about where they're located, their address, and so on. So now we'll take a look at the contacts. So if we're talking about contacts, this particular fund database is global. It's basically the most comprehensive one that you're ever going to find, and it has 412,000 total contacts. So we go back up to the top, and you can see on the left hand side you're getting the fund manager, you're getting the firm type, the name, the position, the asset class that they specialize in. So if you're looking for real estate and there's 5 or 6 partners within that particular fund manager, then you know who to contact. You're going to get their emails. In this particular database of 400, just a little over 400,000 contacts, you've got about 270,000 emails. For those that you don't have the emails for, it's really easy. Just copy and paste their name into LinkedIn and boom, there you've got their contact information and their roles. You can make direct outreach through LinkedIn on it. So that covers that. Now let's go to take a look at the Singapore version, which I've taken from this master database. Okay, so now we're over on the Singapore sheet, and what I've done is I've filtered this to only include funds for 2022, 2023, and 2024. Again, this is because they're the ones that are probably deploying capital or getting ready to deploy capital that they've raised. So it's the best approach. Now, so you can see we've got about 353 funds. We'll go right back up to the top now. You can see the name of the fund, the background, inception year, asset class, their strategy. For example, they may be looking at growth, they may be looking at early stage, buyout, if they're into fund of funds, and they're all basically going to be looking, mostly are going to be looking at Asia, some will be North America as well. And it will show you whether they're raising or closed, size of the fund managers, and so on. So we go over a little bit over to the right. You can see also a little bit more information about their core industries, and then industry verticals. And then we get over here, so you're going to get into where they're located, what the info ad or the admin ad emails will be on this page, and then you're going to see more information about geographic territories and some limits. So that is the fund side. Now let's go look at the contacts. So in this particular database here, there are around 6,000 contacts in Singapore. So here you see the master database with over 400,000, but I've done the screening just for Singapore. So if we go right back up to the top here, you can see that we're going to have, we've got the fund manager, the firm type, whether it's private equity, venture capital, it could be a real estate firm, investment company, and then you're going to see their name, their title, the asset class they specialize in, their email, telephone, and obviously these are all going to be for Singapore. So this is how you would start to reach out to people in Singapore if you were looking to raise capital for your fund from qualified groups that have already most likely raised capital. So it's a perfect resource for you to use in 2025 and beyond. For more information on my databases and fundraising services, click my Fiverr link below. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.